Have you ever wanted to get with the dev team behind a particular token or cryptocurrency and get in their brain and see what they're thinking and get to ask them questions? Well, in this video, we have the dev team from Munch Token in the hot seat, and so I will be grilling them and asking them questions and trying to decide whether or not this is a good project for you and I to get involved in. Look, if you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to 1 Bitcoin. I am brand new to cryptocurrency and I find myself exploring the Wild West, and so you and I are cowboys and we need to figure out who it is we can trust and who it is we can't trust. And if you want to follow along in my journey, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you are feeling like a generous person today, go ahead and give me a like button. I would so greatly appreciate that. Now, here's some context. Since starting my YouTube channel, a lot of different coins and projects have been asking me to promote their project, to promote their token. And they were going to give me money and to make a video, and I felt immediately uneasy about that. And the reason why is because I would have a biased interest in the success of this coin, and they would want something good for their money. And so I never really felt good about it, especially if I was promoting a coin that I really didn't believe in. So here's my solution, actually. The only way I do paid promotions is if I say, hey, okay, team, whatever, you're going to pay me, but I'm going to want a video interview with your team. And surprisingly, a lot of people turn me down. Like, you should see the amount of conversations I have. And I am asking a whole bunch of people, hey, if you want to get promoted, show your face. And a whole bunch of projects say, no, we can't do that at this time for whatever reason. I mean, whatever, but it doesn't breed trust in me, except for these guys. And so what happened was the dev team reached out to me and I said, hey, you know what? This is how I do paid promotions. This is the only way I do it, is if you show your face in an interview. And they said, we would love to. And here's this is how it all works out. They get to stand on their project. You know what I mean? Like, they get to defend their project. They know how to best talk about their project. I am compensated for my time and effort and get to sit in the unbiased opinion. I get to grill them and ask them questions. Hey, is this a good project or is this not? And then you're going to get my real responses. And then you get to hear unfiltered, real information, and you now can decide for yourself. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You will be able to decide for yourself, and you get to meet the dev team through me. And so in the way I see it, it's a win-win-win. So with that, I want to introduce you to the project team behind Munch Token. I want to introduce Mike and Rodrigo from Munch Token, the dev team. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us, and I think we're going to have a great interview.
Pleasure being here, Aaron.
Pleasure being here, Aaron, and thanks for the invite.
Of course. So I want to just get started off here. Mike and Rodrigo, maybe you guys can take turns. Tell me a little bit of your background, your origin story. Mike, maybe you could go first.
Sure. So I'm Mike. So I'm the co-founder and chief operating officer at Munch Project. So my role predominantly at Munch is to lead the operation, the strategy, the growth, and also the marketing efforts to scale Munch Projects. So my background is a startup investor and advisor. So I invested in a number of fintech startups, as well as high growth startups in the UK. So some notable names being Monzo, Brewdog, Revolut, Vita Mojo, and so on. My sort of professional background has been in technology over the past 7-8 years, leading product engineering teams to build and scale products globally at companies like American Express, Barclays Bank, as well as fintech companies like Curve and Moniz.
Wow. Yeah, so real quick, I have a little lizard brain in here. Okay, what's fintech again?
So fintech is financial technology. So
gotcha. Okay. So American Express, which is ginormous.
Yeah.
So awesome. You have a lot of history in this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Rodrigo, give me a little bit of a background origin story. What's going on?
Hi, once again, nice to meet you, Aaron. My name is Rodrigo Silva, and I'm the CEO of the Munch Project. I am also the developer and the creator of the contract, the developer of the first version of the website, which wasn't great because I didn't have much time to dedicate to it. And basically, my role now is to ensure that we fulfill our vision. Is to supervise all the roles and to make sure that we take the best decisions to get there. My background is also in technology, but from a more nerdy perspective. So I studied computer science. I've been a full-on developer since I've been developing since since I was basically 14 years old. I was moved to London to work on the first company I worked with was with Mike, and I was working as a developer. We worked for some of the major players that he talked about. Then I progressed obviously in my career, and I started and I was technical lead, and then later on a solutions architect. And then I basically quit and I started my own company because I had a product in mind, which was an intranet. And I've been developing in partnership with a company in Ireland. So yeah, basically I created the internet where I'm basically the product lead.
Amazing. You guys sound like super brains. Honestly, I'm like to say you've been working with American Express and you're developers. It really I've got a little lizard brain. I really mean it. I'm like, okay, let me try to put money into this 401k or whatever. So I'm brand new to the whole investing thing. Listen, let's just get right into it. What is the Munch Project about? Like, tell me, how did it start? What is it? Where are you going? What are you looking to accomplish? All of that.
Okay, so maybe I can start, and then Mike, as the strategy guy, will be able to talk a little bit more about the future. But I'll tell you about the start of everything. So basically, my background in crypto is as an investor as well. I'm a crypto enthusiast, but I know not more than most part of the people I talk to daily in the Telegram and everything. So I was a crypto enthusiast. And I started investing in crypto, and it didn't take me too long to get into the DeFi world, which is where you can find like the real gems, the real 100x, the real 1000x gems, right?
I'm sorry. How is crypto different from DeFi?
Well, the difference. They both crypto. The only difference is that you have the centralized exchanges and you have DeFi, which is decentralized finance. So basically, decentralized finance is owned by no one, whilst the centralized exchanges have the power to decide who the coins they have listed on.
Perfect. Sorry,
so yeah, that's
a good question, but I've got a little disagreement here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but that's why DeFi is where the new projects start, because it's very easy to start. Like you basically, for example, in our case that we're a token, you just develop something that is called the contract, and the contract is not more than a set of rules to which your transactions will abide to. So basically, you deploy that contract, and it's called the token and not a coin, because a coin has its own blockchain. And the token runs on another blockchain. Like in our case, we run on Ethereum's blockchain, which is why it's an ERC20 token. So that's why it's very easy, because you don't have to develop the blockchain or anything. Like you literally just develop the contract and deploy. So that's decentralized finance. Now there's other networks. There's the Binance network. There's Cardano. There's everything. So yeah. So basically, as you can assume, because it's very easy to start, it's very easy to find scams and the worst projects. But it's also very easy to find the next gems, because that's how projects evolve. So I was there. I was in that world. And I started perceiving a certain inclination to charitable causes within the tokens. So I invested in one token that basically set up a wallet for people to donate to, and they quickly raised like 70K worth, and they donated to like an animal shelter, and that was amazing. And this was not just amazing, but it made me feel amazing as an investor, Yeah. So I started thinking, yeah, this should probably be the way to go, because look, people are investing in decentralized finance. They're not investing the 401k, as you mentioned. They're investing the spare changes. They're investing like a little bit. Sometimes they even take a gamble, And even if by doing that, a coin was able to raise 70K, then there's serious money here that could be put to a good use, So I started thinking about that. But then, because I'm a nerd, I started thinking about the flaws of their current business model as well. Because I think, For example, if you have a coin and then you set up a wallet and you ask people to donate, you cannot call yourself a charitable cause itself, because you're just asking for money from your investors. Yes, that's what they're doing, but that's not within your technology. That's not what you are. So I started thinking, what if this is actually applied to every transaction, for example? And it seemed that some people thought the same as me, and then I started seeing some tokens that actually had a percentage of the transactions going to a wallet. But there was a problem. I know I'm just going to get a little bit technical, but this is important to mention. Yeah. There was a problem in the beginning because these coins were taking a percentage of all the transactions to a wallet owned by the team. And that represents several problems. First of all, the trust, because you do need to trust the team to make those donations once the funds land.
And if that team is anonymous, then
team is anonymous, which is the major part, part. So double trust. The second part was, well, let's say that you have 100K there to donate. You have 100K in your coin, but you don't have 100K in a stable asset like USDT or even Ethereum is not as stable, but it's more stable than DeFi. So you do have to convert, and by converting, that will represent a sell. So essentially, you are tanking the value of your own coin when you want to make donations.
Yes, that's what happened to Shiba, right?
Yeah, that's what happened to Shiba. That's what happened to. I'm not going to name drop, but that's what happened to a few coins where I saw these flows. Another thing is, and if we really want to dig deep into it, and believe me, investors do, it is to a certain extent market manipulation, because the prices, you're going to cause a price drop. So what prevents you to actually buy when it's down? Because you know when it's going to happen. So it can be a bit of market manipulation. So it's not.
So like if you gain like a ton of money into this like charity wallet that's owned by the team, you know when that's going to sell, because you're gonna
exactly, because you're going to sell it. You're going to sell it.
You know when that that's gonna drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I prevent you from getting 10 friends to buy the dip. That's market manipulation. You know.
100%.
Yeah. So I thought about it, and then I went full-on autistic mode for a few days, and I was like, "There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way." And then I realized that actually we could integrate in our contract, like communicating with the Uniswap router. I know you're not very technical, but basically we could apply the conversion of our tokens to Ethereum when the buy or the sell happens. In this case, just the sell, but that's another technical story. But you can apply when this happens. So basically, you're not affecting the price of the coin, because, for example, if you're going to buy and your purchase is going to affect by 5% the price, and only 5% of that it's going to be converted into a sell, then it's really minimum what you're affecting the price of the coin. So instead of affecting by 5% your purchase, it's going to affect by 4.9 something. So we good. That's a stable asset. That was part one. Part two was, okay, so instead of sending to our wallet, we're just going to send directly to a charity wallet, which was then a challenge, but we managed to overcome, because most part of the charities are not crypto ready. But eventually they do. Eventually some are, and we managed to find GiveWell in this case. So basically we were automatically donating to GiveWell, and this is really good, because like if you go and you see our contract's internal transactions, which are the actions performed by the contract itself and not by the users who interact with the contract, you can see that money being donated, and you can quickly cross-check that the receiving address is the address in the site, in GiveWell site. So it's trustless. Like you don't need to trust me.
That's amazing. And because here's the thing, when people donate, boy, I call this the Red Cross scenario. When people donate to the Red Cross or some nonsense, yeah, I don't want to say the Red Cross is nonsense. Let me retract my words. But when people donate to some charities, people don't know if they get to the charity, if they get to the intended destination. Yeah. But if you throw in the crypto aspect of it, people are, all these tokens are saying they donate to charity, when in reality it just gets donated to their own personal wallet. But what you're saying here is what you changed it. You went to directly to a charity's wallet, and not only that, but it's not in your coin. It's actually getting transferred into Ethereum. So now you're saving your own base here because you're not tanking it with one large transaction. It's a bunch of these little microtransactions that in every single transaction, the contract is intending to switch it to Ethereum and put it in that wallet.
Yeah, and we never know when it happens because we never know when people are going to buy or sell. So these transactions are quite spontaneous. There's no manipulation whatsoever. Yeah.
Big brain. Oh, that's awesome. So take me from there, right? I got the charity aspect. So take me. Sorry, I keep interrupting, but I'm just trying to.
No, it's fine. So yes, so basically after that, I realized I had something quite unique because by the point I developed, now we've seen some copycats, but by the point I developed, there wasn't anything like it on the market. So I knew I had something quite unique, but I had to get a team together because at the same time I'm a technical person and I can get very technical. So I'm rubbish at sales and marketing and stuff like that. So I had to get a team together. From that on was just pitching, getting some of my friends because our team is actually connected. It's not just the core team. We actually know each other. So yeah, for example, Pete is responsible for merch and contacting with the charities and everything, and he's my brother-in-law. Me and Mike work together. I have one of my best friends as well from uni. So I just reached out to some people I knew based on their capacities as well, obviously on their skills, and we put this together. And now let me just tell you why Munch, because it's quite funny. Because then we started brainstorming, and we were like, okay, we have a charitable token. So we're going to focus on charities, but at the same time, these community projects, like they work well when they have like a cool name, when they have a cool logo. Like people, if you want to create sense of community, you have to have something cool. You cannot have like the green token, the global Earth token, and then a boring symbol, with two hands and one globe. Like it's just doesn't work, So we started brainstorming because actually the first name for the coin was Hungry, and then we were like, no, this is terrible. But Hungry, why? Because we started to like, we went on Google Trends and we went like and doing a little bit of research, and we were okay. So what would be the best causes to target? And we quickly realized there was hunger. So we were like, okay, let's try to target hunger, but at the same time, let's not be completely attached to hunger, because eventually if we raise a lot of money, we want to help everything. We want to be able to help every cause. Like human trafficking is massive as well, and we don't want to be attached to just one cause, especially with the amount that we donated. Like right now we donated almost $3 million, so that can be applied in the future to several causes. But it's in the hungry topic, we actually decided to call it Munch because it's like the English expression for just chewing, munch. And we thought that it would be cool for like to play with the words. Like if you have a certain amount of Munch tokens, you can say that you get the munchies. So
that's amazing. Yeah. So the branding and the naming, I could speak a little bit to that. I have a little bit of a history in marketing, and it's funny because what you're saying is so accurate. Here's my observation. 20 years ago, when you're trying to create financial institutions, these guys are naming them like Berkshire Hathaway. They're naming that stuff like Chase Bank and Wells Fargo, and they could put a Stagecoach in there, and it's like, it's old. Now things are coming out, and it like these, like you and I were millennials. You and I were like this, this age where we don't want to associate with that. We want to associate with things like Munchies and Munch, and like people are inventing things like Pancake Swap. It's like, but it's a legit. It's like serious.
Exactly, so Sushi Swap, and
it's like taking the spirit of our generation and taking the financial know-how and understanding, and then the technology and merging them all into one, and this is what you have, and it's you have a fun name but with a serious mission, which is fantastic, man.
Absolutely, we don't want to take the seriousness away from it, but we don't want to take the fun away from it as well. That's why we collectively agreed. Like, we know a meme coin, but at the same time, I mean, if people make memes about it, if that hypes the community, then why not? It's fun. Everybody likes to have a little bit of fun especially when the coin is pumping and everything. The Telegram is on fire. It looks great. And when was the last time you saw someone like rocking a Microsoft T-shirt without it being like a full-on geek? Like, see, so we thought about it from even the merge perspective and everything, which we are trying to develop at the moment. So yeah, we thought about it from all the angles, and that's how it kind of like happened.
So I have a quick question here, and then we could probably move to where you're going with Mike. But this hopefully this won't be too much of a derail. But you keep coming back to Munch. The Munch Project is a charity token. Would you say that is like what I found that you're focusing on is the charity aspect of it, right? Like, so can I ask you what is your dream charity that you would want to, like, if they had a crypto wallet that I need to get with them, and why is that your dream charity?
Well, there's two answers for that, if you allow me. One charity that certainly inspired us was sorry, I'm forgetting his name, the footballer. I'm terrible with football.
Me too.
Yeah, you American,
I'm a UFC
right?
guy, so I'm not football.
Okay, I'm a boxing guy. Yeah, sorry, I'm forgetting the name. That's terrible. But basically, he's an English footballer, and he's been quite famous with for helping with the food banks and everything. And since he was an inspiration for us, I would very much like to work with him. That's first answer. Second answer is, I wouldn't like to work with any charities. I would like to cut the middleman, and that's the vision. I would like to cut the middleman and use some of our plans that we have in the future to build, like the LaunchPad that Mike will talk about it. I would like to do the donations directly. I would like to be the one like setting crypto as a service and donating directly to not only charities but social causes as well, because I see this as an ideal model for microfinancing as well. So, for example, if there's an earthquake, if there's a project to like rebuild the village and everything, we could apply our funds to that. So not a charity specifically. So I would really like to see this going towards more the
really
micro.
Not into the charity, but you want to get into like the disaster relief. I don't want to. I'm not particularly sold on the Red Cross. I'm particularly sold on the nation of Haiti, and I want to make sure that they get the money that they deserve, or they need to recover.
Exactly. Okay. Because ultimately, what one thing that I really would like to do, and I'm dying to do, is where can I buy the plane ticket to see these funds being applied? You know, this is exactly what I want to do.
You know. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, because I think that's the spirit of DeFi anyway, right? That's the spirit of crypto anyway. We don't want to go through this middleman that, like, you don't know how they're going to be using all the money and stuff. You want to see like how my hard-earned dollars are going to affect real-world situations and make them better.
Absolutely. I mean, in all honesty, GiveWell is amazing, and they do an amazing work, and everybody can research about it. They're more than a charity. They do proper research. And I'm pretty sure the funds are very, very well applied. But if you're asking me and my personal opinion and about the future, I would like to cut the middleman and to be us directing those funds so we can see direct impact.
Awesome. Well, you also referenced to like where you're going here with Mike, so maybe I could kick it back over to Mike. What do you see here for the future of Munch? Give me like a roadmap, or give me some kind of expectation. I'm a new investor. I haven't given you my money yet. I haven't bought into this project yet, this token yet. But where are you taking me? What's the vision here? Get me something excited about.
Sure. So let me take a step back and talk about how I joined the team in Munch and how
Sure.
Rodrigo sold his vision to me. So we basically met up for some beers, right? Because I had this idea of starting my own crypto project, and what I wanted to do at the time was build this IDO LaunchPad platform. So by that I mean a platform that fundraises for early startups and projects. So given my background in investing in startups, I saw this as an amazing sort of wealth creation opportunity to sort of tap into, especially within the crypto world. So with a,
So,
like
so you mean like you wanted to start something where a platform to invest in smaller startups? Is that what you're saying? So
exactly. So
like a Shark
yeah,
Tank?
sort of like that, but decentralized within the sort of crypto world, so that any
Yeah.
investor that holds your token has a sort of right to participate in investing in some of these high quality early stage startups to benefit from the huge upside.
Gotcha.
So that was the sort of vision that I had, and I was chatting to Rodrigo about it. Given that he recently just started the Munch project like 1 2 days ago, and we met up for beers. And then he basically like shared his vision on what he wants, where he wants to take Munch. I was impressed by the community element. I was impressed by how many people was like so active at such an early stage, and just simply sort of loved the brand, right? And then we spoke about how we could potentially leverage a similar technology that I wanted to use for fundraising early stage startups to apply it to fundraising for social causes, and like what Rodrigo said, cutting out the middleman completely. And to me, that was ideal because when you look at the existing traditional system, there's a lot of like financial inefficiency, a lot of overheads with maintaining sort of teams, resources, fixed assets, etc. Offices in traditional sort of companies. So by cutting out the sort of middleman to fund say social causes, the money gets best applied without any sort of loss in value in during that sort of value chain, right? So
Right,
I
right,
thought
right.
about it and I thought, that's really cool. So not only could we do something with fundraising early stage startup, but we could actually take this upper level and do something that's like truly sort of meaningful, not just in a sense of wealth creation, but also helping social causes and individual causes out there. So this is where I started to say, aha, this is like going somewhere, and I really like the idea. And Rod was like super passionate about it, so that drew me in. So I actually invested some of my own money to support Rod, and also so much at its sort of second or third day, and then I got very sort of involved with the core team with how they sort of operated and what we're going to do, and I wanted to be part of that team to help Munch grow and fulfill its vision. So as I got more closely involved, I eventually spoke to Rod, and then we basically agreed to for me to sort of like join on a more sort of like permanent basis, and turn our sort of combined vision into one. So now leads to like where we want to take Munch projects in the sort of long run. So I
So
mean,
hold on. So your involvement in the project came as if you're entering into a pool very slowly. Like you just started getting a little more involved,
exactly,
a little deeper, and
exactly.
now you're running the marketing for it, right?
Yeah,
Or a
yeah.
little
So
more.
running the sort of like growth strategy, the marketing, and essentially the operation, the sort of like commercial side of things
Okay.
for Munch. Trying to leverage some of my sort of prior experience as a sort of startup advisor to help Munch scale. So that's my key goal here.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, came on board, loved the project, loved the community. So I wanted to be a lot more sort of deeply involved. And then me and Rod started to kind of build out the sort of roadmap of how can we evolve from already a sort of great news case and being able to amass huge sort of charitable donations within a couple of weeks, right? So I think at
Right.
the time when I joined, we already donated around 200,000 in a couple of days, right, to charity. So that was like a record-setting amount already. In just like 2 3 days, we
You
donated like 200,000 to charity.
you when you joined, you had already donated $200,000.
Roughly, yeah, roughly, give or take, around that sort of ballpark. I
Apart
remember
from
being
Mike,
quite
because
impressed.
he was heavily invested when he talked to me, he actually started by investing in the project. So part of the
Yeah,
donations from
exactly,
Mike as well.
exactly.
In the
You
project.
need to understand this. Like, if you're watching this video right now, if you don't know just how big of a deal that is, there are millionaires out there who have not donated that much to charity. Like, I am fully convinced that if the crypto world is the Wild West, and there are villains and there are heroes and people who create tokens and they try to rug pull people and they try to take they're the hard-earned money of people, especially when everyone's trying to just make it, right? Try to make a little bit better life for their family. And then there are heroes who create stuff, who create tokens that are like really trying to change the way that like generosity is being done. Like that's what I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing a new level of when did Munch start? How old is this project?
So he started on the 14th of April, so he's 32, 34 years old.
We're less than a month.
Roughly a month. It's a month.
33 days or so. Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm kind of blown away. Look, again, I have to keep saying it. I'm brand new to this world, and I don't know just the power to create a project, and everyone makes a little money, gets some money off of it, and then $200,000 gets donated to charity. I work in a nonprofit. I work in a church, and $200,000 would go such a far way. Like it's incredible what crypto is doing, and it's incredible that it's giving you guys an opportunity to a whole bunch of people who invest into really change lives. I mean, these charities of GiveWell, I have no doubt that GiveWell is a good organization. Like they could use that money in powerful ways. So yeah, I just want to highlight that because that is like, I'm like, my mind's starting to crack under here. This little lizard brain is like, what is going on with all of finance?
Aaron, let me just tell you something that $200,000 Mike mentioned in the first 3 days, because now we close to 3 million now. We close to donate 3 million. Yeah,
$3 million.
Yeah. We very close to $3 million. Yeah.
That's an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, actually, if you do want to talk about numbers, which was like the first time I heard these numbers, I actually cried. Was that because basically with GiveWell, if you know where you're going to apply the funds, so if you choose, for example, the maximum impact funds, they're actually able to provide you some statistics, and the amount of our donations are estimated to save like more than 800 lives by now.
Come on.
Yeah, so there was some numbers that, I mean, more than any other number, that this is the number that actually stayed with me.
Come on. You could create a project, garner a team, 30 days later you're donating millions of the This is incredible, guys. Congratulations. You guys are making moves around here, man. And I'm just super excited for you guys to like. It sounds like I'm ending the call. I'm not ending the call. I'm just taking this all in. So Mike, go ahead, please take me off my like rabbit trail here. Yeah, where are you guys going? Sorry, finish your thought. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. We spoke a lot about the sort of charity element because of the 5% transaction fee that we directly contribute to a charity. That's great. But what a lot of investors probably aren't fully aware of, the 5% redistribution to the holders as well. So this tokenomics model is great. We're not only contributing towards charity with each buy and sell, but we're also redistributing tokens in passive rewards to the holders as well. So just by holding, you're profiting. So this
right. That's the reflect part of the tokens, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like giving back and getting back. That type of philosophy. So whilst like the current use case, like we love it, the community love it, which is how we got to the stage we are today. We are really looking to redefine charity in the long term as well. So the LaunchPad that we spoke about, we're looking to build out a funding platform to allow people to create their own sort of like projects or raise money for different social causes or individual causes. Whether social causes being poverty, it could be sort of hunger, it could be individual causes that sort of affect you on an individual level, sort of like what you might raise funds for through GoFundMe, for instance.
I was just thinking that. Is it like a GoFundMe? Like
exactly, it's basically a GoFundMe that support individuals as well as on a more sort of aggregated sort of social level as well. And obviously the advantage of that is that it's a lossless contribution model where we basically cut off the middleman because we are a decentralized organization. Our overheads is very lean. We don't need to expend a huge amount of finances or expenses to keep this up and running. So we're looking to build this decentralized platform to really sort of maximize the benefit and allocation of funds to wherever needs them the most. And then
that's what you were getting to, Rodrigo, with like you want to get directly to the person, and like,
Yes.
I mean that
Exactly,
all kind of makes
and
sense.
not just that. There's another technical caveat on that is we will be able to help these people causes with our tokenomics, but people will be able to help directly as well. So we will allow users to stake their tokens in order to individually help those causes. So some people stake tokens to get rewards. In this case, we're already getting rewards because we are already giving passive income to the holders. So it would be a better use to stake your tokens to actually contribute individually to the causes yourself. So that's even cutting us out of the picture. So it's just directly from them to the ones that need.
I've never heard of this idea, Mike. So you're saying that I could like, so for me personally, my Lola in the Philippines, she's trying to get me to raise money for like this little church in like the mountains, and they're trying to get a new roof because the roof is leaking, and so she asked me for money. Now, could essentially she get onto this forthcoming platform and type in like trying to raise money for a church roof, and then like people invest, like money would automatically be like a percentage would be filtered into that, or someone could stake their coins and they would be building into that. Is that
Correctly? That's the idea.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So from our side, we already do a lot of due diligence and vetting when it comes to the current charity we work with. So the same sort of rigor and due diligence will be applied to future projects. We try to keep this as open and inclusive as possible, but there will be some sort of due diligence that we do to protect the donors as well.
like vetting that? Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just want to sort of build on the technology on the behind the fundraising platform as well, right? So we spoke about the original IDO LaunchPad vision that I had for raising funds to support early stage startups. So that is also on our roadmap as a tertiary sort of use case as well. So the same technology, same platform can be broadened out to support aspiring entrepreneurs. We as young sort of entrepreneurs understand the trouble and struggles with raising finances. You might have a good team, a good idea, but just getting the ample support that you need financially is quite hard, right? And then on the flip side, it also provides our Munch community members with a chance at wealth creation. I spoke about the number of like startups or early stage projects that I managed to personally invest in that I benefit from the huge upside. So I see this as a great way to not only support great projects, but also give our Munch community members a way to invest and to grow with the sort of value of the projects going forward as well.
This is amazing. This is crazy. How do you guys feel right now in this stage of the startup? How do you feel about this? Tell me, give me some, where are you guys mentally? Where are you guys as far as work? Where are you guys in this project? How do you feel?
Johnny,
go first.
Yeah, I feel a roller coaster of emotions, man. A roller coaster, because you have basically. We have different feelings regarding different parts of the project, because we have the pressure from the investors. Is, for example, the coin is not performing, which it's tiring. Like the constant pressure for updates, and a crypto day is more than 24 hours. A day in crypto seems like, in that aspect, it's very, very tiring. This pressure, this we feel exhausted in that way. But with a full heart, definitely with a full heart, because what we do in here, and not just what we're doing in terms of charity. I gotta tell you that even some people selling already made me feel good, because when our coin performed really well, in the beginning, I had someone that actually sold and came to talk to me privately, apologizing for selling, but thanking me because he actually was able to pay for the deposit of his house. And I was like, look, I cannot get mad at you. Ultimately, this is a philanthropy project. So I mean, yeah, you asking me for apology, you apologize. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and the community. I gotta tell you, this is. The community is really beyond our expectations in terms of positive feeling, in terms of vibe. The main chat is just superb. We have a shilling team, a chat with like 100 people, fully committed, full of energy. So it's very, very nice. So I feel exhausted but very happy.
Oh man, that's amazing, Mike.
Yeah, same on my side, to be honest. It's probably the most rewarding project that I've been in. Just being able to create something from scratch and scale it with the community, and just like as Ross said, the positive vibes and what we're able to contribute and the impact we're able to make on people and causes and society is just unreal. And then, for us, like, crypto never sleeps, right? We're based in London's time zone, and then most of our folks and investors are based in different time zone in America, for instance. And we had a very long and tiring week, and we jumped on a voice chat for I think 3-4 hours on a sort of Friday night. So for me and Rod, it was like extremely tiring, but we wanted to be there and chat to and sort of invest and get to know them and put a face to all the people that we chat to on daily on Telegram, right? And for us, we because with Munch, we don't take an income from Munch currently, so we still sort of maintain our sort of day job. So we're essentially working, say 16, 17, 18 hours a day, and just kind of focus on operating on minimal sleep, to be honest. But the thing that sort of like keeps our engine going and keeps us sort of motivated is seeing the impact that we made. And seeing the collective impact that the community has made, and just like the stories and feedback that people have been reaching out and messaging us about. So to me, it's been well worth it.
So if I heard you right, you said you're working 18 hours a day, or close to 16 to 18 hours a day on this project?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's rarely a day. Yeah, there's rarely a day that we don't work that.
Yeah.
And no one currently takes, and I honestly, if someone's watching this video, I fully support someone taking a salary, because they need to freaking eat and live somewhere. But you currently, no one takes currently a salary?
No, we haven't paid ourselves one dime. No. I mean, don't take it wrong. We have a nice position. Obviously, we have a percentage of the total supply and circulation.
As well as you should.
Yeah, but that's only theoretical, right? We didn't pay ourselves at all. Between me and Mike, I mean, the people that are in the Telegram chat knows, like, between me and Mike, there's not a lot of hours in the days that we don't cover.
Fully transparent team, fully transparent with everything, which is amazing. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Let me ask. Time to start to wind this down. But I do have one question. 18 hours a day, doing it for a month, probably even longer. What has been the biggest challenge that you have had to overcome? What's been the biggest obstacle that each of you individually have had to overcome in regards to this project?
Okay, I can start. I mean, regards to this project.
Even personal, whatever. I mean, during this time.
More personal. I gotta tell you, because this project is. I guess you'll just present as many challenges as any other crypto project. So I probably don't have like a valuable input there. There's the FUD attacks. There's the when you're about to sleep and then people jump on the voice chat. Please explain this. Please explain that. And you, okay. But on a personal level, is really like the managing the personal relationships. I have my girlfriend, and sometimes it's hard saying, okay, I do promise 11 p.m. we're going to watch a movie, and then that promise kept delaying for like the next 3 weeks, So it's hard to maintain that, and obviously because like I'm not, as Mike said, I'm not full on just focused on this, because yet I would love to, but I'm not full on focused on just this. So sometimes it's hard to switch focus between the day, because I'm still responsible for a very successful product, and we still have a lot of tasks to do. So yeah, that's the biggest personal challenge. That's in addition to the emergency that we have sometimes in things, just when you were about to take some time off, just when you were about to walk your dog, or like it's very unpredictable. So that's my biggest challenge, is to deal with with all this unpredictability and
Sure.
and stress.
Sure. Thanks for sharing that, Mike. Mike.
Yeah, on my side it's the same. So just being able to adapt to different situation that arises, a lot of like unexpected problems and challenges sort of crops up. So as we don't make any excuses, and we just need to figure out a way and solution right there, right then, and quickly sort of proceed with it. So it requires us like thinking on our feet and basically being proactive and being very transparent with how we sort of conduct ourselves. And on the sort of personal level as well, me and Rod is always that bouncing message throughout the day or phone call say, Mike, like, can you do this? Or Rod, can you do this? Try to like, split our time across different things, or for us to like collaborate on different things, because there's so much ground for me and him to cover. Obviously, we have the great sort of core team supporting us as well, but it's just trying to scale a project, keep up with the hyper growth, and basically working around the clock. It's just super challenging. So it's more of a sort of like not enough hours in a day type of a problem.
That's amazing. That's amazing, guys. We've run out of time here, but I do want to ask one final question in case I've missed anything. Is there any kind of like parting thoughts you want to leave me with, or with someone watching this video looking to invest? Is there any last words or parting thoughts, or something that we did not exactly touch on that you would want to highlight for the Munch Project?
Yeah, Mike, I believe you have probably a few things to highlight now.
Yeah, I've got a few things. I think there's so much things. I'm not sure where to start, but I guess like let's start sort of near term. I think if you look at the momentum and the sort of growth that we had so far, this isn't stopping. We have a lot of big plans coming up, and one of the most notable plans coming up is the release of the Binance Bridge in a few weeks' time, which will allow us to also trade on PancakeSwap. So this is going to be a game changer for many people that have complaints about the fees on the Ethereum blockchain being a bit too high. So
yeah, I hate that. It presses me right out. I'm like,
and totally. And then being the type of project we are, we want to be as inclusive as possible. So we're super excited and super looking forward to getting more and more investors on board and making it more accessible for people to join our community and be part of that journey to give back and get back.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and another thing is that we fully focused on with not just technology, and you probably will realize since I started, I've been quite bang on the community and the marketing and everything. So we will continue to develop our efforts to build community as well. So we're thinking about no, it's in process. We're just contemplating which platform it's going to be, but we're going to release some NFTs as well, also with the charitable cause. So part of the rewards for the artist and part of the profit for the artist, and part of the profit for a charitable cause. And also with the same business model, we are developing our merch. We created our first round of hoodies, but I think I kind of regret on the number that we ordered, because now with the requests we should have ordered a lot more. But it's fine. They're going to be limited edition, which is a collectible. So we are focused as well on developing sort of a lifestyle brand. So there'll be more updates on that, and obviously with the same business model. So part of the profits will be for charitable donation, and which is good, because if we have these small profits, is where for now we can cause that local impact. Because if we have, like, let's say 5k profit on selling hoodies, then I can go locally and probably make it like a video blog about it, and I can go locally and donate locally, because that would be the short-term solution to cause local impact.
For sure. And you're getting your hands like in the action there, and you're like really spending that money to good causes yourself. That's amazing. Guys, Mike, Rodrigo, thank you so much. Munch Project team, thanks so much for joining me on this interview. I'm blown. It's blown my mind just how you guys are innovating within already an innovative space, which is the cryptocurrency. Look, guys, if you're watching, thanks so much for watching till the end. If this is something that you feel excited about, that you want to dive deeper in, go ahead and go to their website, which is munchtoken.com. Go and check it out. Links are all in the description. If you want to follow along in my journey, hit subscribe, hit the like button, follow these guys as well. Make sure to just do your research. Again, not a financial advisor, just someone exploring crypto, and I found some real gems here. In my opinion, I really think that this is a game changer as far as the charity. There's a lot of like BS like charity tokens out there that, you know, like they donate to charities like politicians. And this is like real world like innovation within this space where I think it's quite amazing. I haven't seen anything like that, so I just want to highlight that in case you didn't get that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video, and like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for joining.
Aaron.
Take it easy.
Take care.
Bye, Aaron. Take care. Thanks for